Once upon a time, in a dense, ancient forest, there lived a young girl named Alara. She had always felt a deep connection to the woods, its tall, ancient trees, and the mysterious sounds that filled the air. Alara's life was simple, filled with daily adventures in the heart of nature. She often ventured deep into the forest, far from the comforting glimmers of the sun, into the hidden, untouched corners that few had ever seen. One crisp morning, as Alara was exploring a part of the forest she had never visited before, she stumbled upon an unusual sight, a hidden grove bathed in soft, shimmering light. In the center of this grove stood an ancient oak tree, its roots entwined with secrets that had been buried for centuries. The tree's branches formed an intricate canopy, like an enchanted cathedral where sunlight danced upon the leaves. As she approached the tree, she saw something extraordinary. A small, glowing, crystal-clear pool of water encircled by vibrant, multicolored wildflowers. The sight was unlike anything she had ever seen before in her beloved forest. She bent down to touch the water, and it sent shivers down her spine. It was cool to the touch, but it seemed to pulse with life and energy. Alara knew she had stumbled upon something truly extraordinary. She felt compelled to tell the townsfolk about her discovery, so she carefully marked the location in her mind and made her way back to the village at the edge of the forest. The news of the hidden grove spread like wildfire, and soon villagers from all around came to witness the enchanting place for themselves. But as more and more people visited the grove, its magical aura began to wane. The once vibrant wildflowers began to wither, and the crystal-clear water turned murky. The townsfolk became greedy, wanting to harness the grove's power for their own gain. Alara watched in dismay as the grove she had once cherished transformed into a crowded tourist attraction. She decided to return to the forest and find a way to protect the grove's magic, to return it to its former glory. This is where the forest's secrets begin to unfold, and the city center comes into play. What happens next is a journey of self-discovery and a battle to preserve the magic of the grove. Determined to restore the grove to its former glory, Alara delved deep into the heart of the forest, seeking guidance from the mystical creatures that inhabited these ancient woods. Along her journey, she encountered talking animals, wise old trees, and even whispers from the wind. Each encounter provided a piece of the puzzle, a clue to rejuvenating the grove. She learned that the grove's magic was tied to the purity of its intentions and the reverence with which visitors approached it. With this newfound knowledge, Alara set out to spread the message of respect for the forest's wonder. She began by gathering the townsfolk to explain the importance of safeguarding the grove. She shared her own experiences and the wisdom she had gained from the forest's guardians. Slowly, the people began to understand the true value of the grove was not in exploiting it, but in preserving its sanctity. The town decided to form a council to oversee the grove's protection and ensure that only those who respected the forest's magic were allowed to visit. The once overrun tourist attraction began to heal, and the wildflowers once again bloomed in vibrant colors. The crystal-clear water regained its purity, mirroring the grove's revival. Alara's efforts in preserving the grove earned her the respect and admiration of the townsfolk. However, as the grove's magic returned, something unexpected began to happen. It appeared as though the grove was somehow connected to the fate of the entire forest. The deeper she delved into the grove's secrets, the more she uncovered the forest's fragile balance and the grave consequences of disrupting it. Elara realized that the forest's very existence was under threat, not just from the encroachment of civilization, but from a deeper, ancient force that sought to reclaim the woods. As she ventured further into the forest, she uncovered prophecies and legends that hinted at a great upheaval on the horizon. The city center, a distant place Elara had rarely thought about, began to loom in her thoughts. What role did the city play in the fate of the forest, and how would it all intertwine? The answers remained elusive, and the path forward uncertain. Elara's journey deep into the heart of the forest and her efforts to preserve the grove had not gone unnoticed. As the ancient force that threatened the woods began to stir, the city center, unaware of the impending cataclysm, continued to expand, reaching closer and closer to the forest's edge. The prophecy spoke of a chosen one, a guardian, who would have the power to restore the forest's balance and protect it from the encroaching darkness. Elara, with her deep connection to the forest and the knowledge she had gained, was recognized as this guardian. With the forest's future hanging in the balance, Elara faced a formidable choice. She knew that her mission was not just about preserving the grove, but about safeguarding the entire forest, and by extension, the city that relied on its resources. Elara ventured to the city center, bearing her story and the urgency of the forest's predicament. She sought to bridge the gap between the people of the city and the ancient guardians of the woods. At first, the city dwellers were skeptical, but as Elara recounted her journey and the wondrous grove, some began to see the value in protecting the forest. Together, they formed an alliance of townsfolk and city residents, recognizing that the fate of the forest was inextricably linked to the well-being of their urban center. A united effort was launched to not only preserve the grove, but to expand the protection to the entire forest, creating a buffer zone between the city and the ancient woods. Elara's selfless dedication and her ability to bridge the gap between city and forest proved to be the key to their success. The ancient force, feeling the determination and unity of the people, retreated, allowing the forest to heal and flourish once more. The story of Elara, the guardian, and her quest became a legend told for generations. The forest's legacy was secured, not just as a place of beauty and mystery, but as a symbol of harmony between nature and civilization. And so, as the sun set over the city center and the forest, the story's end was not just an end, but a new beginning. A beginning of a future where the delicate balance between the wild and the urban was preserved, and where the spirit of the grove lived on in the hearts of those who cherished the wonders of the forest.